Hello, welcome to live online training with myself, Mark Hartwright. And this session here that you're currently watching is very much looking at delivering your lessons for your students, both in the classroom or if they're out of the classroom as well. So this session was recorded live on Thursday, the 6th of May. If you're watching this obviously on YouTube as you are now, then you may not have joined live. So feel free to drop in one of the links in the comments below. And we'll just be able to sign up and actually be part of it live. So you'll be able to part of the conversation, ask any other questions that you want to as well. And I'll be able to offer additional support of what you're about to see as well. So let's just jump into it. Just as a small introduction, if you haven't watched any of the ones in the list here, my name is Mark Hartwright. I am Professional Development Specialist for SMART, based here in the UK. Former primary school teacher, absolutely love teaching, but what brought me out of the classroom is supporting you guys like we're doing today, be able to support the ones within my school, within my community. I'm now here to support you. So if it says anything that comes up in these videos or any of the ones in the chain here, feel free to reach out and ask any of the questions either in the comments and I'll kind of comment back, or if you want to email me directly at markhartwright@smarttech, then I'll get back to you as soon as I can, which is great. So today, looking at that delivering aspect of things, how can we use Smart Learning Suite? How can we use Smart Notebook? How can we use IQ to deliver those lessons, and which ones what, and what can be the best for you and the best for your learners to get the best outcomes, I suppose. We're going to look at connecting students' devices within the class. We're going to look at how to connect, send out content before the lessons for that pre-teaching side of things, or of course after the lesson as well, when they're doing that catch-up, when they're doing that homework, that sort of side of things as well, that asynchronous and synchronous approaches, if you like. And of course, we're going to look at some additional features that are available to you when you're actually delivering those lessons as well. So let's get into it. So first of all, I said there are three different bits of software depending on which one you want to deliver from. There's Smart Notebook, which is your more traditional way of teaching. This is the board here that I can see, and this will deliver something out to your students. It's great. You've got lots and lots of bells and whistles. You've got lots of different tools within that there. You've got a YouTube add-on that you can put into it. There's maths tools, there's tables, there's things like this one down here. You can bring in, just tap on that, change the color. There's a fantastic amount of pens in there as well. Even coming down to this magic pen where I can kind of highlight that with a circle, so it does spotlight on that particular part there. So as you can see, lots of really good teaching tools as opposed to something using like a presentation bit of software where it just shows something. But that does sit on the desktop itself. You can obviously deliver the games and the assessments, everything that's built into Smart Notebook as well. And these from the classroom here, you can have these at the board and you can send these out to your students. Whether it's something like a monster quiz, where the students have got those questions, they are answering those in real time and getting that instant feedback, congratulating them for everyone they get right. Whether that's sending out a digital worksheet where you've got those clickable images, something that can be in the front of everyone with a device or groups with devices, or including those students that aren't actually physically in the classroom, they can still have a copy of that worksheet. And there's loads and loads of different ones within here as well, or just some fun rank order games where they're just ordering things and getting it instant feedback whether they've got it right, or whether they're just ordering something in whichever way you want to do it from that one there as well, with lots and lots of different fun theme backgrounds, as well as fully customizable ones on the online software as well. So all of that sits firmly within Smart Notebooks. If that's the way you want to teach, that's the one way that your students are best going to be receiving that content at that particular time, then brilliant, go for it. If you do want to actually send the whole lesson out to them so that they've got the lesson in front of them on their devices, or whether they're at home and they're sending it that way, then that's obviously your online version. That really utilizes the power of the cloud. And that can be done through something that is called Smart Learning Suite Online. So you can have a free trial of this. You can have a go as many different lessons. There's not a time limit on that. So go for it and use it. And then you can see here, oh, I'm still writing in Magic Ink. Let's go back to my pen. My finger should be back to a pen. And then on here, these are some of the lessons. And for example, this one here is just one of those games that I can deliver this from here. And then when I send this out to my students are going to have this this word search, so they can find the words here. Oh, I did make this tricky. I've got to find the words and actually find the words themselves. And my hint is available soon. And hopefully I need one because I'm really stuck for what they were. And there's one here. And if you can find that, whatever that word was, then feel free to pop that in the comments below. And I'll send you a virtual prize of a wave down the down the, whatever it's called. But anyway, so that's one of those there. But what is really good with that, I can actually connect students to that so that they can have that lesson and they can have that in front of them so they can all play that in once there. Or if I just wanted to add in a blank whiteboard, here as I've got my blank whiteboard, I can make notes or whatever it might be. Once I've got those notes, if I actually want to send that out to students, they've got it already, but what I can do with it, I can actually make that a collaborative workspace. So maybe I've written a title or whatever it was on here, and the students want to take that title and then go into the groups and find out and research and collaborate together on that. So if I change that to a collaborative workspace there, what this does, it connects all the students together so that they can be collaborating in it. Which leads me on to the point of how do we actually connect those students. So what I've got here is I've got a student copy, half a student browser, that's what I'm trying to say. And then from in here, what students can do is go to hellosmart.com. Or obviously if this has been sent out through Teams or sent out through Google Classroom, they've got this link already. And then once they're in there, like I said, Google or Microsoft credentials, they can sign as a student. For you as a teacher, you can sign as a teacher. But just for today, we're just going to join in as a guest. And if we're worried about additional guests joining for whatever reasons, you can turn that guest access off, so it's only so they have to sign in through the Microsoft and Google credentials as well. If you want to know more about that, just leave a comment and I'll send you a link how to do that. So class ID, this is my teacher code, 162.162.353. That's my unique teacher code, which is attached to my unique license that I've got. And then I can put my name in this as a student. And then this is my student access here. So as the students are the lesson is being delivered to them, this is how they're going to receive it on their browser. It can be any browser on any device, so they have got access to that content as well. So I'm in, and now I'm in here. I'm just going to put that student view on this side, the teacher view on this side, and you can see that I've got one student in. So as I click everyone in one team here, then it's going to start for my students. So now we can collaborate in those groups, or in this case, just all in one group. And the students have got access to adding in inking. They can rub out, obviously, if they have images or URLs. And that's a complete safe search, so you don't need to worry about what inappropriate content are being put in, or just adding in text. And then that obviously appears for the teacher as well. And I've got that attribution, so I can actually see who is doing that within the groups as well. So if I want to deliver collaborative work, then that is brilliant for that. But maybe I wanted to deliver work which is independent. Maybe I've got a series of maths questions, whatever it might be on here, 1, 2, 3. I've put these problems, we've developed those problems on the board, and then those problems I want the students to actually answer individually. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on these people and change it to not a collaborative workspace, but individual handouts. What this does now, it converts this static page that everyone can view to actually an individual handout. Still got the ability to model it if I wish to, but actually for individuals, they can now, you can see that I've signed in here, and then these students can be solving this, adding additional feats here, so that if I jump into this particular student's work, you can see that they have got there. So yes, for now, I'm just using a blank piece of paper in this sense here, but whatever content you put in, whether it's a PDF, whether it's an exam paper, you've dragged and dropped that PDF into it, that can be sent out. Whether it's some online content from some fantastic third-party people, and you've brought that PowerPoint in, you're sending it out. Whether it's a worksheet that you've had from years ago and you're still wanting to use it because it is really good, then that can be brought into it and it just send a digital copy of it. Obviously, that can be either posted in Teams, or Google Classroom, or Seesaw, or Canvas, or any other learning management system as well, so the student can have access to that. If you are posting it in something like Teams, then, or any of those other lessons, once I've got this lesson here ready to deliver, if I click on these 3 little dots, I can share a link. Once I've got that shared link, if I want to share it with teachers, I've got something ready, maybe phases, you're sharing the same one, or year groups, or if I want to share it with a student link here, this link here can then be posted even into something like Class Dojo, so they can access through that, and obviously parents can have a copy as well. If you've recorded audio into there and that's the way you want to deliver it, so that the parents can actually hear and talk and see what you're talking about as you're doing it, or for the students to hear what you're discussing with them again, then you can do that as well, actually add that audio into that as well. Just quickly, as I have mentioned audio, I will just walk you through how to do that. I'm just going to edit this one here. Once I've edited that piece, I can add audio down here, as well as adding all of those games and stuff that we saw within Smart Notebook. All of those are ones in here, including that word search we looked at as well. So you can really make your lessons more interactive, more engaging, so that you can deliver them in the way you want to. Either looking at that delivery wise, we've looked at the online version, the Smart Notebook as well for that one as well, and that's how you can deliver that one. And then the last piece here, if you actually want to deliver any of that straight from your IQ unit, which is this one here, I've just clicked the home button, I've changed the input, I'm not now having my HDMI and my USB lead in for the touch, I'm now having just the whiteboard. And if it has a flat screen like this, so it hasn't got a projector, then those, majority of them, particularly the newer ones, have got this Android unit built in it as well. And from in there, I've got my files, so I can access all of my online content as well. You can see there's the lessons that I was just working from, so I can actually deliver it straight from the board, so I don't need to plug anything in, quick and easy to deliver. It might be that I wanted to start a lesson, so I'm just going to go home, and I want to deliver straight from using a whiteboard. So I click on a whiteboard, and here's my whiteboard. I might want lined paper, squared paper, dotted paper, brick walls, whatever it might be. Or actually I want some of this ones here. Let's look at a flow chart. So if I want to deliver that quick and easy access, I want no laptops, I want nothing attached to it, no internet access. I just want a flow chart that looks good, that is quick and easy for my students to access. That is here as well. So depending on the way you want to deliver, Smart hopefully have got that tool to support you and support your learners. It's just choosing the one that's your tools for purpose. Which one is going to be best for that particular situation, and using the correct tool within those. But this toolbox is here ready for you, quick and easy to learn, and hopefully you've learned a little bit from this video today. If you do want to know any more, please be in touch, and we can continue our learning, or come back live in a couple of weeks' time and have that session there as well. So I'm just going to change to my input, going to my laptop, and just kind of finishing off on that note. Here we've looked at how we can connect students, we can connect all sorts of types of lesson content as well. Even within Smart Notebook, I can click on File, Import, and once I've imported any of those content, that can be part of my lesson delivery. Then I've got all those bells and whistles and stuff within that as well. We've looked at adding whiteboards, we've got starting brainstorming sessions I showed you with those notes as well. What I'd really love to hear from you is, how do you use any of those? Do you always go to Smart Learning Suite Online and deliver that way because of the benefits? Do you go to Notebook because of the benefits? Are you using IQ more because of the benefits? I'd love to know any of that. So please share your story. Either email me directly, or if you do want to post something on Twitter, we're using a hashtag #WeAreSmart, and then you'll be able to see lots of other examples and how everybody else is using that as well. So I'd love to hear your stories. On that kind of line of social media, trying to learn together, there's lots of different social platforms, so reach out and search for those, and you're going to not just sold some stuff, it's very much how can we support together, how can we support the learning of the children and the educators as well, like yourselves. So please have a look for that. Here when we had this live, we had a few questions now, so I'm just going to jump across to answer some of those questions that I paid in the live session.
Just a question that's popped up here. The hellosmart.com account is set up by us, or is it by our support? The HelloSmart account is part of your license. So when you purchase a board, you'll have free access to that software as part of that, or you can buy the software directly and use that on any board, or even just on an iPad type that machine. The way that is organized, if you like, is through an admin portal. If you just Google Smart Technologies admin portal, then that will be there, and that just links a license key to your email address and you use it. Or if you just want to go to hellosmart.com, click on that teacher link at the top there, and then you can sign up for a free trial. There's not a time limit to that free trial. You've got access to about your first 10 lessons. Just have a go with it like that. If none of that makes sense, or if you want to know more information, if you just email me directly, and then I can send you those links out as well. Hopefully that helps. Would you be able to partner with a reseller in Kingston in Jamaica and to contact a demonstration of SSLO? Nathan, just a quick question there about a partnership in Kingston in Jamaica. Yes, of course, we can definitely do that. I'm more than happy to run a demo, or we can get someone slightly more local to you to run demos as well. if you just pop me an email just with a bit more details, and then I can get back to you about that, and I can put you in touch with the right person for that, or fill in that form, and I'll get back to you that way as well.
So hopefully you found some of those questions and the answers useful. And just to kind of finish and wrapping up here, like I said at the beginning, please join live in a couple of weeks on the 20th of May, looking at really engaging your students. How can we take some of those tools and make them really engaging for them, so they are, wherever they are, they're learning and they're part of their learning, not just passively looking at it as well. And then a final piece here, if you do want to know any more about training packages, support packages, whether that's for you, for digital leaders, whether that's across your school, across your MAT, or in your local authority, then please be in touch, and we'll be more than willing to support you in any way we can to make the learning better, to make your teaching more enjoyable, any adjectives you want to add into that, but to make that support for you as well. I'm very much here to help. So please drop me an email, markhartright@smarttech, and we can continue this conversation. But on that note, hopefully you've enjoyed this. Please sign up live and I'll hear you next time. But if not, I'll be posting the next video in a couple of weeks' time, so we'll see you again then. So thanks very much for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.